My name is Tandi Rogers. I am by vocation a minister. I'm a Unitarian Universalist ordained clergy and religious educator. I knew I wanted to work with people with fetal alcohol and not understanding that I also had fetal alcohol. But the more I learned about it in college, the more I was like, oh, this is fascinating. And I think I've got something to offer. I had this innate yearning to work with people like me. And so I ended up doing that. I worked on a reservation for years and years and worked with a lot of folks with fetal alcohol. So I'm adopted, again, really common for people with fetal alcohol. I was a preemie and had a lot of medical issues, again, very common. I was diagnosed officially, had an assessment when I was 50. That was my birthday present to myself. And the reason I got it was one, I think it's important, and I wanted to learn more about my brain and how to care for it. I'm really glad I did. It helped with both legal accommodations and understanding. It like tamped down a kind of gaslighting that goes on in the world for those of us with different kinds of disabilities, where, if you only try harder, or I couldn't figure out like what did I need to try harder, and then also what could I just let go of and just go, yeah, that's not for me, that's not how I'm made. And so I want that for everyone. I want that for everyone. I asked my mom about it later. I'm like, did you ever think about getting me assessed? She's like, for what? And I'm like, well, I had all these issues and, small town. She goes, well, who doesn't? I'm like, well, that's a good point. And we knew that you had all these other gifts, which again, this is what I want people to know about fetal alcohol. That leaning into people's strengths is how I was raised. If we made a graph of the different kinds of executive functioning, somebody with fetal alcohol will have, our disabilities will show for sure, but then we also have these geniuses. And that is so often left behind. I mean, it's left out of the equation. I'm really good at trying a lot of different creative things and then seeing what sticks. And so I'm known in my field to be an innovator. If we were able to have accommodations without apologies, that would release so much of our genius. I don't really get defensive, I get curious. And that's almost, I think, miraculous because many of us don't have that defense mechanism. There's almost an innocence about us that I know is very attractive and people want to be around it. I have a charism that I know it has to do with my fetal alcohol. We don't have the filter. Like I don't remember to be mad at somebody. They can do something horrible to me and I'll still be like, next time I see them, hi. But that's not a bad way to live. I don't want to hold on to grudges and stuff like that. And it sets us up for abuse. We are often, right? Nefarious people have that little radar of like, oh, I'm going to go after the vulnerable ones. Having a spiritual practice is really great for my emotional well-being. There was a time when I got to be in a support group. It was almost like small group ministry kind of with other folks with fetal alcohol. And that was profound for me. I have multiple graduate degrees and I will still walk into traffic. We have a high mortality rate because of our accident proneness. So I will make sure that somebody goes walking with me. And my wife has grabbed me so many times. If my wife and I are together, then I'll remember to eat because she's eating. So I take cues around the other people around me when to eat. But if I'm by myself, I have to set an alarm to remind me to eat. And when people ask me how many children I have to laugh a little. Well, that's complicated. How are we counting? My wife and I have 5 get to keep kids, and then there's a bunch of other people that we helped raise. I wish the people around us really understood that the phrase try harder is a kind of spiritual violence. We try hard all the time, and it's exhausting. and it saps us of the energy to be fully ourselves. This is who I am. I love my cats. I never get tired of sunsets or looking at clouds. And I have to tell everybody around me, look at that cloud. Mom, look at the cloud. Sometimes I can be really chatty, but most of the time I like to be just quiet with the people I love. Series like these are really important. People coming out. I wish more people would come out because representation matters. And that's how we're all going to get free.